I'm gonna react to Luke Combs' watch collection, but I'm not doing this. Oh, you already, what is this? You already seen this guy. What a guy. Welcome to Belfast, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Welcome.
it. Yeah.
What is your first impression of Belfast?
It's awesome, man.
Yeah?
It's awesome.
Normally people say it's rainy, but...
No, it's been great. We got lucky, man. We got lucky. Yeah, it's just a beautiful city.
So
Beautiful.
Luke played in Dublin yesterday. How was that?
Oh, fantastic, man. It was off the charts. Yeah, people were stoked. It was so much fun.
The 3 Arena is a nice arena to play, isn't it? All right. What is the biggest crowd you've ever played for?
Played a festival in Quebec in Canada.
That is
It was 75,000, 80,000 maybe.
That is mad.
And that was my first time there. First and only time there, actually.
It's mad. Canada is on my bucket list. There's a place there. It's really remote. Is that Quebec? No. What do you call that?
Banff.
It's like Calgary or something, is it?
Calgary. I really, this is on my bloody bucket list. I really want to go.
A lot of country fans in Calgary.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot of cowboys, horses. And one of the most famous rodeos in the world is in Calgary.
Mad.
Calgary, as they say, Calgary.
But first time in Belfast then?
Yeah, first time. We were looking at it.
That's amazing.
No idea what to expect. But
so I just want to say the boys are big. They were like, we want to make a video of Luke Combs, and I knew some of your songs, but I never knew it was you behind that. Because I'm just an idiot. Right. I didn't even know who the Paul brothers were on, and it was on YouTube.
He has no pop culture knowledge.
I have no knowledge.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The only thing I do is watches.
Probably happier that way. In a lot of ways, you know.
I'm quite happy, all right. I'm quite happy, all right.
All that matters, you know.
I do remember the name of my beautiful wife and kids, and that's
important.
That's important.
You should do that. Yeah,
but
that's important stuff.
I was like, they wanted to make a video about you, and then I saw your collection, and I was like, wow. That is really, really cool. And I, of course, I've seen some videos, and I'm like, you're such a cool dude. I want to make a video.
Man. Yeah, I don't know about cool, but you know, I'm nice at least.
No, you're really cool because whenever we shot that video, I was like, I mean, this guy is bloody cool. Like
shotgun and beers without sharing.
Shotgun and beers. I was like,
True, yeah.
3, 2, 1.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, that was fun.
I was like, I want to make a video with him, and I appreciate you coming in. So thank you for that.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
Man. Glad to
thank
be here.
you.
Glad to be here.
Watches. What did you bring for me?
Oh man, you tell me. You tell me.
I didn't expect you bringing a Long and Saner with you. I didn't expect that.
I had to bring something you wouldn't expect.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
All my secrets.
That's true. Tell me about the story of this beautiful, absolutely beautiful 16808.
Yeah. So I bought this. Gosh, now 2 months ago. Really, not long ago.
Oh, so not that long ago.
Yeah, not long ago. And so I was on tour in Australia.
Yeah.
And I love to, when I buy a watch, I'm not buying it to be flashy. Obviously, inherently it is. People always say that. But I buy watches to commemorate these big moments in my life. Right. I mean,
they're accolades.
Enjoy it. It brings me. It's some sort of physical manifestation of this moment in a way to remember it. Outside of and my second son Bo was born actually while I was in Australia.
Congratulations.
And so that was a really tough day for me. I did get to be there, thanks to technology. I was able to kind of be a part of that process. But I bought this watch to commemorate, his birth and.
Wow, that's a crazy story.
Yeah.
How does that feel? You're saying it was a really rough moment, you not being there?
It was, yeah. I mean, it was. It's up there as one of the best days of my life, and also down there is one of the saddest at times too. You know what I mean? You wake up, to a text from your wife saying she's in the hospital, and you're 16-hour flight away. You're not going to make it.
No.
And so it was tough. It was challenging, but that's
that is dedication towards what you're trying to achieve for your family above anything else.
We weren't. Obviously, if we had planned around that wouldn't be the case. But by the time that we found out, we were.
Was he early?
He was. He was about 2.5 weeks early. And so I would, if he was born on his due date,
you would have been there.
I would have been there. Yeah. And obviously we cut it close. That's the risk we took. But my wife's a trooper. She's the best. And it was amazing. Yeah, everybody's healthy. Everybody's happy. You know.
So one of my questions I had personally, right? Yeah. Whenever your kids and your wee boy turns 18, would you then give him that watch?
Yeah, absolutely.
As that memory?
That's the goal, you know, is that each of my sons to, you know, to have a watch that represents them, and
that's incredible.
You know, and that they can have forever. You know. I mean, they're going to get all of them anyway, so let's be honest, right? Go ahead and give them one early.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My wee boy was born 11 months ago, and it's, by the way, I know it was your second born. You've done this before. I was at the birth of my wee boy. I still have nightmares of that, by the way.
Did you look down the barrel?
Oh man, it was one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life. He came out quite. There was some complications with the birth that really freaked me out, right?
Oh, of course.
And the watch that got me really into watch collecting is a Submariner.
Yeah.
Funny enough, quite similar to that one. It's the 16613, which is a two-tone Submariner with the blue bezel, but the same bezel as this. So that's quite cool to see. And I actually bought that watch. That in that older configuration, the week that he was born, and the week after he was born, and like incredible memories now. And that watch is now in a safe, and whenever he is, it fits on his wrist, and then exactly.
That'd be cool, man. Yeah,
but that is amazing, mate. That is amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I see in your case, bar and your collection, I see a lot of vintage.
Yeah.
Do you prefer vintage?
I think now I do. I don't know. It's like buying an old guitar. You know what I mean? You know, I think there's something in it. You know, and a lot of times you'll never know the story.
No.
You know, but there is a story in it. There is, you know, it's lived in, right?
Watches carry stories like nothing else can.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you don't no telling, you know, what the story of this watch. You know.
How many watches do you have?
I don't know, probably a dozen. Or so, you know, and it's not like a tremendous.
No, I'm not just counting all the expensive watches, but watches a lot.
Yeah, I mean, probably, I don't know, a dozen and a half, somewhere around there, I would say.
Do you remember your first watch?
Oh yeah, I brought your least favorite watch, Rolex Yachtmaster 2. Stainless steel.
It is a mad watch, to be honest.
Yeah, I got Pretty Woman. You familiar with that movie, Pretty Woman?
Pretty Woman.
It's like you kind of go in, it's like Richard Dreyfuss, and he dates this woman of the night, right?
I'm interested. Yeah.
He's a rich businessman, and he dates this woman of the night, and you know, he gets to buy her stuff, and she goes into a store, and they kind of judge her based on the clothes that she's wearing, and they think that she can't afford the stuff in the store. And that happens in the world of watches. When you stroll in a camo hoodie, there's not a lot of people excited to sell you a watch.
No, for me, back in the day, I was struggling with that massively, right? And you want to buy something, I like to be myself, right?
Right.
And online, I may be a bit outrageous. In real life, yes, I am in real life as well outrageous, but I mean, I like to wear a t-shirt, I like to wear...
Yeah, you like what you like, right?
In the beginning of our YouTube channel, I wore suits and stuff.
Right.
I didn't like that, right? But I just wanted to wear t-shirts, but buying a watch, and definitely, we have had this conversation earlier about, like, I don't have the background where my parents.
Right.
So we walk in as like, and people treat you a wee bit different, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was in Monaco 2 weeks ago, and I have a fancy flashy car because I have a lot of insecurities, so I really wanted that, right?
Of course.
I just want, that was for me one of my goals, right? And it actually, my son's name is in the car, and
that's awesome.
He'll get the car hopefully if it survives. It gave up after 3 months, but that's a different one. The car.
It's another video.
So a good friend of mine gave me this Smart to drive, right? Yeah. And I tried to park up the car or go into the restaurant, the same restaurant that was the day before, with my flashy car.
They weren't having it. Yeah.
Oh no, parking is full, this is that. And I'm like, you know what would be amazing to make a video of this? And just like, which car do they accept in Monaco?
Yeah, so my story was I went to, it was just kind of a Rolex boutique there in New York, in Manhattan somewhere. Couldn't tell you the exact one, and I got no beef with it. You know, it didn't bother me at all. You know, but this is kind of I don't know, the watch craze, I guess. In the last 5 years, it's been almost impossible to get anything.
Crazy, man.
And so this was when you could still walk into a boutique and they would have a few things. You know, so I walked in. I knew exactly what I was looking for. Knew exactly what I wanted, and I walked. I'd never been into a nice watch store before. I was actually opening for another country artist at Madison Square Garden that night.
All right.
That was my first time playing Madison Square Garden, and so I wanted my first watch to commemorate that time. You know, I felt like it was a big milestone in my career and in my life, and the remembrance of achieving one of my dreams was along the journey. And I walked into the store, and I just asked the person behind the counter. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm looking for Yachtmaster 2 stainless steel." And they're like, "Well, you can't just get those." I remember they said that. You can't just get those. And I'm like, well, correct me if I'm wrong. We're in the store that would sell that, right? In my opinion, where the hell else am I going to get it? You know what I mean? Like, they're not selling them at the grocery store.
No, at McDonald's, no?
Right. And so she's like, "Oh, well, you can't just get those." And I'm like, "What do you mean? How can you not?" It sounds like you can't get those is the problem. So anyways, I remember saying, I was like, "That's too bad," And I was probably wearing something similar to this, but probably with like gym shorts, like athletic shorts, and probably sandals or something. I don't know. And I was like, "Oh, that's too bad." I was like, playing Madison Square Garden tonight, so I'm hoping to wear it on stage. And they're like, "Well, that means we may have one laying around, And they were like, "You know what? We got one that's on hold for a guy. Let me call him and see if it's okay if I sell it to you." So they went in the back for 5 minutes, pretended to call somebody, and they came back out and told me it was okay. That the guy said, "Yeah, go ahead and sell this guy my watch that I don't know." That never happened.
Did you buy it? You actually bought it?
I bought it.
Yeah, I would have walked out, but I was like,
I would now. Now I would, but back then I didn't know.
The thing is that you need to be qualified, or you need to be good enough to buy a brand. Or I think that is something that the last 5 years. I can understand it, right? There was a lot of demand, but authorized dealers back in the day, we're talking about a year, 2 years, it really took the piss out of that. And I think that what we're now seeing, that watches becoming more available, I think that is a much better situation.
I agree.
Because people buy this at emotional moments, right? You bought this whenever your wee boy, right, was born, and to commemorate Australia.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, this is a memory.
Yeah.
You see, this is an accolade, or often seen as an achievement. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
And every time you wear that watch, you'll be reminded of the period where you bought that. In this case, one of the most beautiful moments in life, a birth of a beautiful wee boy.
Yes.
What else do we see here? I had to make this comment, and tell me the story first.
Yeah, so bought this actually.
1675 GMT, by the way.
Yeah, I bought this in New York.
Also New York.
Also New York.
You're spending a lot of money in New York.
A good place to get watches. You know what I mean? I bought this in New York. It was the day that I signed my new record deal. Right. So after my first 3 records were out, I was lucky enough to have a 3-record deal, so I got to renegotiate.
That's amazing.
And I happened to be in New York playing 2 shows at Madison Square Garden that were my own shows.
Did you not go to the Rolex boutique after?
I did not go to the Rolex boutique. Well, at that time you couldn't, then you walk into the store and they're like, "Oh, we don't have anything." And then they were being honest at that time.
Fair enough.
So I had 2 shows at Madison Square. So I wanted to celebrate those 2 shows, and also wanted to celebrate, signing my new deal, which was a huge deal for me. I've obviously been very lucky, to get to do what I do, and to get to do it at a high level is, something that I don't take lightly, and something that I'm tremendously proud of doing.
You should.
Yeah. So I bought this and actually this.
At the same day?
On the same day.
I'm pretty sure not in the same shop.
Not in the same shop.
No.
Not in the same shop. But actually, so I wanted to commemorate each show and my new deal all in one day.
I love the MK5 dial. This is the MK5. I'm not going to go in mad detail. A lot of people think that that's gibberish, so my apologies. This is the MK5 dial. I think that it's one of my favorite dials on the GMT, and the functionality, the application, so to say, the complication in this case, and I would always make a joke, it's like an app on your phone.
Right.
This is the most functional complication in the world.
Yeah. No doubt.
Wearing that, like, I don't use a chronograph. Right? I don't.
Right.
I
just think it's awesome.
Measuring how long I last with my missus, 2 seconds. I mean, I don't even have to push the button, right? And by the time I've pushed it, it's already finished, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I have 2 under 2, by the way. So for me, this is the best complication ever created in a watch.
It's so functional.
Do you know the history of the GMT? For sure, you know. We were
give it to me. Let's hear it.
Pilot watch, first introduced in 1950, not 1953. It was to the public, made to the public in 1953. The colors represent an American airliner called Pan American Airlines, and it's just a really cool watch.
It is, man. It is, and it helps, man. It really does. You know.
He really blew my mind earlier, right? With it, I was like, how the do you know this? That is mad story. Like, but you bought these on the same day.
Yep.
Was there something special other than this was record deal? Would you?
I mean, they're obviously different caliber watches for sure, right?
Because how do you go from Rolex to?
Well, so this one here was my first quote unquote vintage watch, right?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to just kind of dip my toe into that thing, you know what I mean? And then this one, I had been wanting another Longa, I had one. Ed Sheeran actually turned me on to Longas.
What a watch guy he is.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. And so I bought one. I actually have a Zeitwerk date as well. And this is obviously the strike time Zeitwerk.
That's amazing.
But beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful.
You know, the good thing is to see that you properly wear them as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, these aren't sitting around. I wouldn't buy something that I wouldn't wear,
No.
Even if it was some insane, off catalog piece that was available, to me at retail. And obviously you can stand to get a huge return on your investment for something like that. But I don't want to buy things that I don't want to wear. You know what I mean? I don't want to buy things that I'm not going to use or that I'm not going to enjoy.
You never look at it from a financial point of view.
No.
It needs to be a memory. It needs to be an accolade.
Right. Here's my business manager will love that I'm talking about him in a watch video. Probably want to throw up knowing that.
What's up?
Hughes, what's up? But
bit disappointed he isn't there.
Oh my gosh, you'd love him. God, he's the best. He goes with me a lot when we go look at watches and stuff, and just because I don't know, it's just something that he doesn't even really like. He doesn't really know anything about watches.
No.
But he always says, we go into a store, and it's kind of ingrained this in me now to this day. He's like, remember, you don't need to buy a watch. This person needs to sell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, so I don't ever need a watch. You know what I mean? I'm never
one does.
Man, I really need this watch today, right? It's like, I'm like, man, it'd be cool to have something, but I could go in a store and there could be a million watches in there, and there's probably a lot of great ones, but if there's not one that I want, I'm not getting anything.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how rare or, if I'm not thinking about something that I want, then,
If it doesn't really catches your eye.
Right. And that can happen. There are things where I'll go, well, I never thought I would want that. I never expected to see that here, and it does catch my eye. That is something that I would get. But I'm not a guy that's I don't have to go in somewhere and buy something. I enjoy looking as much as I enjoy buying.
Do you read up on watches? Do you watch videos?
A bit, yeah. I mean, not a tremendous amount, in my spare time that I don't have anymore. I don't know. I guess I've just learned through the years of, I don't know. I guess if I'm sitting on the couch, nothing going on, pop on a.
Who in the watch world? Who had the most influence on you, or culture? Friends, Sheeran, or who had really the most influence?
Yeah, I had already bought some. Before I met Ed, before me and him, met, I had bought some. Obviously, he's way into watches, and we really haven't even gone really super far down that rabbit hole. Much,
It is a rabbit hole, and it is an addiction.
It is a rabbit hole. It is an addiction. But I don't know. I haven't had much influence other than, I knew that I always wanted a nice watch because of, I think as someone growing up who who didn't have access to those things, it's almost kind of like it was my mindset growing up was like, yeah, you got a nice watch, you've made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you've succeeded in life if you have a nice watch, right?
That is.
And at least that was my mindset. Because I remember, my grandfather got a watch. He worked at a mill for a long time and was given a watch as kind of a gift for working there 25 years or whatever it may have been. And he was always really proud of that. And so that was what instilled, well, he's got this watch that commemorates this thing that he's proud of, this achievement in his life, right? I didn't know that that's what that was at the time. Now that I'm older, I understand that. But that's probably really where it started for me. I didn't see, well, man, look at that flashy watch that, that rapper has or that John Mayer's wearing, or it wasn't ever that.
It's funny. It's funny how you say that. For me, it was like I remember a time with a good friend. He's still a very good friend of mine when we were growing up at 15, 16, and we were going to Marbella. We saved a few quid. Marbella is like a place in Spain where people go out, right?
Yep.
And buying a watch there to fill a gap, which for me was insecurity, because I always thought if I wore a Rolex I would be successful, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I wanted to show a level of success I didn't have. I cheated my way towards that at the time. And as much as I was like trying to fix watches and make a name of myself, it was something that was in my age 16. Right. Looking back, I was like, it gave me that confidence. It wasn't a real watch, it wasn't a real Rolex.
Sure.
But it gave me that confidence, and that gave me as well a goal to then go to the next level and work my ass off to get a real one.
Right, exactly. Exactly. I mean, there's more than one ways to skin a cat.
Exactly. If you look at your kids, right? You have two beautiful kids now. One is 16 months?
Almost 16 months. By the time this comes out, it'll be 16 months, and then one's 2 months.
Have you already picked a watch for them that you're like, you're getting this one, you're getting this one?
Well, this one, I mean, is definitely...
Yeah, of course.
And this is going to have to be Bo's. Yeah, I mean, I have Texas at home as well.
Yeah?
But yeah, I mean, I think that's, when they're 18, obviously barring them,
You can make them wear it.
As long as we're cool, dude.
Exactly. If they behave themselves.
Yeah, they're cool, dude. Chill.
Relax. Don't take it all.
But yeah, I don't know. But I don't know if it's 18. I don't know if an 18-year-old
should
have something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's, the day you get married, or the day you have your first kid, right? Which would be, I hope to be around for that and long after. If I can lay off the Guinness, at least while I'm here, lay off the Miller Lights at home, to help out with that a little bit. But I think something like that. I think 18 is not enough to appreciate, what that meant to me, right? Because I want it to mean as much to them as it means to me to commemorate, their birth, right? Because that's not, hey, you graduated high school. Good job, so did every kid that lives on the street. You know what I mean? It's like, but you have your
what
first,
have you done?
Well, it's like have your first kid, I mean, that's like...
For me and my father worked his bollocks off, right? A hard worker.
Yep.
And both my parents, and I was always, like, my father wouldn't spend a penny because he was like, you're never gonna... You have to do this yourself, right? And I played football. Yeah, that was a hobby. Became football. A wee bit proper football, like not a
proper football.
Yeah, not American football. Not that.
Got it.
We call football because we use our feet, not just our hands and feet.
Listen, I get it, dude. It's never made sense to me. I'm a huge American football fan, but football is a weird.
Who's your team?
Weird Carolina Panthers, tragic, worst team in the league. Go Panthers.
Fantastic. Go.
Haven't won a game. Definitely not winning a game this week either. Playing the Dolphins. They're playing my wife's team, which is unfortunate because they're one of the best teams in the league. So.
Well, women are usually right in everything anyway.
That's true.
You see what I mean?
That is very true. I found that to be true.
Yeah. Like I have never anything to say. You see what I mean?
Because you try in the beginning. You're like, you know what? I'm willing to die on this hill. And you realize that you end up doing that almost every time.
That is mad. I want to hear a story about this AP, the offshore.
Yeah, so this is actually my first AP. It was, so I did a big stadium tour in the States this year. My first stadium tour, which is, massive, something I never thought would even be possible, right?
50, 60,000 people?
And sometimes 2 nights in the same city, right? So you're talking maybe 100, 120,000 a week.
You've done two in one night?
Well, not in one night, so Friday, Saturday.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right. But next year we're slated for 14 stadiums, 2 nights in each city. Those are all sold out, already pre-sold out, which is crazy. But my manager and my agent purchased me this as a gift at the end of the tour, to signify. My manager loves watches as well. He got the bug from me, actually, on the watches, but...
So you had a watch influence on other people?
For sure.
That is
My manager definitely loves watches. We went and toured the AP factory, which was incredible. We just did that a few days ago, actually, while we were in Switzerland. But yeah, man, this watch is insane, right? I mean... Did
you order anything nice, or you can't say?
Well, there's no option, right? I didn't order anything, I hadn't got the call yet, you know what I mean? Not close enough yet.
Yeah, come on, I mean, listen, people go on a tour and can usually pick something that they want for very soon.
I definitely have minute repeaters on my list of something that I want that I don't have, right?
And what brand is that?
I mean, AP makes a killer one, right? So, but I mean, I don't think there's any, it's like it all, man. It would be impossible to be like overly loyal to one brand to me, because the variety is what's so amazing, right?
For me, that's impossible. For me, I grew up always admiring or always striving for a Rolex, and that was it. And then all of a sudden you realize, hey, there's more in the world than Rolex.
Yeah, definitely.
The inaccessibility of Rolex the last couple of years just made me feel less passionate about Rolex. Sure. Because it felt like you're one of I need to be grateful to spend my hard-earned money. Right. So I looked at other brands, and this is where AP, I think, is absolutely special. Yeah. It's the same story as Rolex.
But hard to get now. I mean, all the big three are hard to get anything. Right?
Exactly.
It's hard to walk into a store and there be anything, really.
And this is why I recently acquired a Tech Heuer. I just love the new career of the Porsche. I just love that.
And you can walk in and get one.
You see what I mean? Yeah. But it's then I want to attach a memory to an achievement, to what happened at that moment in time. I bought. Did we buy you that Rolex for? Was it $1 million? No.
Close.
So why did is there randomly just like, here's a watch, Johnny?
Kind of was just random, yeah.
All right, fair enough. And the Santos as well. So you have Cartier, you have A. Long & Söhne, I see AP, I see Rolex. What do I not know that you have?
I'm gonna butcher this. Moser and Sy.
H. Moser, yeah. Yep. Do you actually have an H. Moser?
I do. My wife bought it for me. I have a tourbillon.
That is mad.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
Blue dial it's got the floating tourbillon just right there, and it's beautiful.
I know the guys behind H. Moser very well.
Yeah? Yeah. That's a beautiful watch, man.
Oh yeah, you had mb&f in it.
I have an mb&f.
How did that?
It's kind of crazy how that came to be. So I was talking to my business manager, and I actually just saw a picture of that watch on the internet, on their website. I think I was just on their website. And I was like, man, that is like a crazy watch, right? Like, it seems something like so inaccessible, be impossible to get these limited edition pieces, because historically it is, right? I mean, it's almost, you have to be best friends with the, whoever to
that's historically,
something like that.
Yeah.
And I can't specifically remember how we were able to get it, but I reached out to my business manager and I was like, hey man, what do you know? He obviously has a few other clients that he does business management for, and has a few of those guys buy watches here and there, and so he knows a few friends through the business that sell those kind of things, or brokers or whatever, and so I just said, hey man, do you think one of your guys could find this watch? Like, it's just so cool to me. It's so unique looking, so different. And lo and behold, a few months later, he reached out and was like, hey, one of my guys has a lead on this thing. It's available. It's number 23 of 30.
That's
I call
amazing.
it the Michael Jordan mb&f.
Aye.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I've asked Max Busser about that, right?
Yeah.
Max Busser and friends. You know what he said?
What?
I cannot disclose any information about my clients. And I'm like, Max, we're a mate. He was like, so did Luco actually, like that was really funny.
Yeah.
That was quite funny.
Yeah.
That was Max. You want to hear the story behind that watch?
Yes.
Because there's a history. It's the first time we've ever seen a balance wheel on top of a movement, but you also where it comes from. Do you also know where it actually comes from? Right? Where it was created?
No.
About 5 miles up the road from where you are now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool.
There's a watchmaker called Stephen McDonnell who created that in a very intelligent, very mad.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm
Just
sure.
you have one of those people that are brilliant, right?
Yeah.
I'm not one of them, but
Me either, pal.
yeah, he's quite brilliant to be fair. Like I mean, he's hard work, but he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, he's from Carrickfergus. He's from 5 miles up that way, or wherever I am.
That's wild.
That's cool. So that watch, there's a wee
That
bit
is
of
wild.
Northern Irish in it.
That's amazing.
That is. I think it's
I'm trying
cool.
to think if I have anything else. I don't think so, man.
What are you wearing right now?
Oh, I'm wearing a little Daytona. You can tell me. I mean, fire off the numbers, pal. I know you know.
That is
You know what I
special,
mean?
mate.
This is a 69, 420.
60,
XXX,
1165,
you know what I mean?
1165, 23 or
Do
03.
you need your cheat sheet for that one?
No, f up. I don't have cheat sheet, you now I need to defend myself here for sake. Mad bastards. I love that doll.
That's crazy looking, isn't it?
Right.
That's what dark mother of pearl they call it.
Did you walk in the Rolex boutique and wanted to?
No, so this actually, so I grew up in Asheville, North Carolina. I was born in Charlotte, but I grew up in Asheville. That's where my guy Harp's from too. We were best
Legends?
mates, lads in high school.
Lads,
And,
the lads.
So there's a jewelry store in Asheville that is just started getting some Rolex stuff in. Asheville's a decently small town. I mean, it's a city, but it's a small city, you know. And I actually went back to visit my parents, and my parents had gone into this the store, and they had made friends with. I think my mom was getting jewelry repaired, or something in there. And they had just opened up, and that store's been there forever. It's a family-owned store, but they never really did watches much. So my mom went in there. Obviously, my mom, we have the same last name, and so they asked, because I'm from there, like, oh, are you related to him? She's like, yeah, I'm his mom, and blah, blah, blah. So
You didn't look alike? No?
No. So my mom's friends with everybody she meets, you know what I mean? She's a big personality. People like her, she likes them, you know? So she can talk to anybody. And she got to talking, and then of course she texted me. He's like, "Well, next time you're in Asheville, you want to come? They just opened up this little watch boutique in the back of their store." And so me and my wife and my parents had went to have breakfast downtown. It happened to just be across the street from the jewelry store. And I walked in, obviously met all my mom's best friends working there, and they had this watch in there. It was actually pre-owned. And I was like, man, that thing's just beautiful. You know, it just caught my eye.
That was
I mean,
absolutely
I just never see, it's one of those ones you just don't ever see it laying around. It's just never in a store. It's never, there's not many of those for sale,
Still not today.
Yeah.
Do you ever, when you go on tour, right? So you cross the water, you're in Europe, UK, Europe, etc. Do you ever change your watch box around and say, okay, for this, or do you just grab in 5 seconds? Okay, this is what I want to wear.
Oh man, it's pretty. I think he'd probably laugh at me looking at me.
No.
Watches out, man. I'm like, I'm pretty intentional about what I bring.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know why. It's just a feel thing.
Yeah, but I have the same. If I go to America, there's certain things.
If I'm going on a trip and I'm like, hey, I want to bring this one, and I want to bring this one, and then I got 2 spots, like, cause I'm sorry, I only brought 5 on this trip, so I have an extra one to talk about with you.
I appreciate that.
And normally I would just bring 4, and I wear one, keep the other 3 in the case, and then switch them out.
It's funny that you say that, because people always declare me bloody crazy. My missus particularly, it's like, just grab a watch, and I'm like, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
That doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Right? We're going here, I'm going here. It's like I want that, and then I usually can't choose the last one, but
Right. Or you've got, if you've got something new and say you want a trip, I'm going to run into this guy on this trip that also likes watches. Well, I got to have this cool watch.
Right.
We can talk about it, or whatever.
That's crazy. Luckily, I'm not the only crazy person that has that. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. When was the last time you bought someone a watch?
I've bought, so I had a band out on tour called Flatland Cavalry. I bought them. So I bought all of them Speedmasters.
That is class.
Yeah, so I bought all of them the exact same Speedmaster to commemorate them being on the stadium tour.
Did you engrave it and stuff?
I didn't engrave it.
Then they can sell it for flip's sake.
No, they were all super excited.
Oh yeah, true.
I bought Lainey Wilson a women's Rolex with the flowers, flower dial.
Yeah, the pad. You can call it palm. You can call it marijuana. You can call it flowers.
Yeah, right. So I got those were the last that I bought. Bought someone. I bought Harp a watch.
What are you wearing? Let me see. Oh, look at that. So the two-tone, no? Or GMT?
Two-tone.
Sub.
Yeah.
And that, come on, give me that bloody watch. That is how is that even possible? Come on, Harp.
It's in a little rough shape. I wear it all the time.
As you should, yes.
Couple scratches.
16613. There you go. That is class.
So I got that. Harp was one of the, he's one of my two best friends growing up, and I bought them identical.
You know each other from high school?
Yep.
That's cool, man.
Yep.
How proud are you?
Very.
Very.
It's crazy, man. It's like I just couldn't. I told him that I was joking with him the other day. I don't know if we were playing golf or something. I don't know what we were doing. He's a great golfer. I'm tragic. You don't even want to, it's not even. But we were playing golf, and I was like, "You're lucky you're unfireable."
Yeah.
I was like just mad at him about something. But it's just it's our relationship's wild, man. We know we have to ride the razor's edge of like. There's the friendship thing that's like, if we're at home and hanging out and like we got the boys together, he has two, not under two now, but he had two under two.
Yeah.
And so his youngest and my oldest are a few months apart.
And
so
they will be growing up together as well.
10 minutes down the road. But it's like when he's at the house, like there is no business anything that happen. You know what I mean? Like we don't just. We just have to be able to compartmentalize because we're so close, and our friendship is so strong that we have to just be able to completely compartmentalize.
That's amazing.
Work, and we're either friends or we're work.
Aye.
We can't be both at times. You know what I mean? I'll have to find you the watch I got. It's my manager. I said he's a huge watch guy.
Why didn't he?
I should have brought him. He's gonna kill me, by the way, for not bringing him. That's true.
That's. I would.
And it was just
if I had a choice, I would go to AP as well, mate.
It was just me and him too.
That is the belter.
Let me see if I can find. I got him a birth year Rolex for his 50th last year.
So he is 19. What year is he?
So last year was what, 22? So 62, 72. 1972 is. Let me find this.
You know, this age thing is doing my head in. I can still remember the shit I did when I was 15, and then I woke up and realized I'm 36. Where's the time going, mate?
It's crazy, man.
That's a joke. That's a bloody joke. We had this conversation. We were playing football outside here, right? I was buying a new FIFA football game, right? Buying a new FIFA or FC. FC 24.
Now.
FC,
that's
yeah.
Right.
It's because FIFA took that license off. You play FIFA now?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll beat you in a second, right? I'll beat you in a second. Oh, all right. I don't think I will, but that's a different story.
You probably will.
No, I'm dog shit.
You know what cut's going in here?
No. You're not gonna put Miami clip in there. 9 shots in a row. No, you stupid fuck. 9. Oh! Why are you not running? I don't select my fucking player. I was raging, right? And this right, that I got beat by someone who never played FIFA.
Okay, that's bad.
Okay, that's really bad. So I threw the controller over the balcony. No, not even over the balcony.
I've done that, man. I threw one in the green room the other day playing Madden 2 weeks ago.
That is madness.
I was playing the computer, dude. I wasn't even playing in person. yeah. I wasn't even playing an intelligent human. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But we were playing football here, right? And it's like I started asking myself questions. It's like, when was the last time I played football in the street? And why do people look weird at me? I'm an old guy now and I can't play football in the street anymore. When is this not becoming appropriate anymore?
Right.
See what I mean? But I'm taking you for a game of FIFA. This is indeed the watch. Yes. That is class. When did you buy this?
I got it for him, when I got married, 2020. 2020 is when I got it for him.
Can I ask you a question, man to man? Is married life different than non-married life? I'm about to...
No, man. I mean, how long have you and your lady been together?
How old is the first child? Mine is 1 month. I'm joking.
Jeez. That's incredible.
We know each other for 5 years, 6 years. 5 years.
You live together?
Now we do, yeah.
How long? You've lived together since the baby?
No, a good bit before that.
Okay.
Good bit before.
It's then no different.
No different?
No.
So I'm like, she really. I'll ask her.
Dude, you're gonna love it, man. I mean, if you guys really love each other, you're gonna love it.
Oh no, she's a rock star, man.
Yeah.
Like whenever the first one or whenever Junior was born, he is my name, so
right.
I'm not that narcissistic. He's named after my father, my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Seeing this young woman transforming into a mother is the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it's incredible, man.
It is.
It really is, man.
Respect on a complete different level.
You can't even process it, man.
You know? Do your wife like watches?
She does, man. I've got my wife a few watches, man, and she's not. I mean, nowhere near the level I am. She's into them because I'm getting them for her. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's got a couple.
Like brands, Rolex probably.
Got Rolex, Cartier.
Oh,
so the Santos I have, she has the matching.
Very good, very good.
Smaller,
yeah,
one, right.
How weird is this?
She's probably got like 4.
How weird is this? I've done the same with Migla. It is.
Yeah.
Like, I have the bigger one, she has the smaller one.
Right.
But a Cartier, Rolex.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think
beautiful,
that's
man.
Has.
Beautiful.
No, she has a Panerai as well.
How did you get a Panerai? That's random.
It's
cool for a lady.
Okay, so I was in a store, and they did a watch. They made a watch with. Oh, it was one of those luxury brands. You know what I'm talking about? They did a collab watch with.
Oh yeah.
It's like white. It's like white and maybe red. There's a little red lettering on it.
Is it off-white? No. What do you call it?
It's not off-white. It's.
We have almost. I can't remember.
Prada.
There it is. That's it. And so
Why do I know that? Another bloody movie.
Yeah, I was in a watch store. I was in a watch shop. I can't remember where. Somewhere in the States. And sometimes we just go. Like, I'm not looking for anything. It's just kind of like go see, just look around. And I believe it was Mother's Day. And looking around in there, I was like, man, this is awesome. You don't see this every day. And she didn't have anything like that at all. It's just like drastically different than anything that she has, Everything she has, gold, rose gold, silver, and this is just white,
It's complete white with red stripes, and I'm now getting it in front of me, and on the right it says Prada, am I correct?
Yes.
I'll just visualize now.
Yes, correct.
That is a cool watch. Can I just say one thing before we end this video?
Yeah.
I have never seen a man with this attention of detail when you wear a watch. Can I just point out that this is what I think every man should be doing, and I have been thinking about when I am married. The challenge, what we men have, is matching your wedding ring to your watch. Not just one wedding ring.
Yeah, maybe you got the whole deal here.
Exactly.
You gotta have it.
I have never seen. That is really cool.
I mean, it looks good, right?
So it's perfect.
Yeah.
When you wear a steel watch, you wear that. When you wear a white gold platinum watch, you wear that. When you wear rose gold, wear that. When you wear yellow gold, that's the game.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The up thing is, what are you wearing, Tito?
I always
wear them both, no?
I always go gold. I always default to the gold for some reason. I don't know. And I actually have like a rubber black one.
Yeah.
That I wear as well. Like if I have a steel watch with like a black band.
They're cool. They're cool. They're like that is attention to detail. Have you ever seen that with anyone?
Never.
And the weirdest thing was that me, Glenn, and myself, my partner, had that conversation. So I'm like, I cannot wear this. I cannot wear the same wedding ring. And she's like, why not? So I'm like, can you imagine? Like wearing a specific vintage watch and I'm wearing a bloody diamond thingy, it doesn't work.
Right, and that's where this kind of came from. Is I just had the gold band when we got married,
Aye.
and I didn't have this one. I have a rose gold Sky Dweller.
Yes, I've seen that.
With the brown leather strap.
I've seen that.
And I would wear it, and I don't know, man, whether it's my OCD or what, but it just bugged me so much that it was different. For some reason, and I'm left-handed, so I'm constantly using my left hand and my left arm to do things. So I'm always seeing it.
So
I play guitar.
Here?
No, I play guitar right-handed.
All right,
but that was just because I didn't know left-handed guitars existed until after I taught myself.
So you're like, that's actually like just a superpower.
I had to figure it out. But yes, it just bugged me, man. And so I remember telling my wife, and she was like, "Well, you can't go get them yourself."
Right.
She's like, I have to buy them for you.
It's not a bad deal.
And so we went, and we got them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Mate. That's amazing.
Yep.
By the way, did you know that Ed Sheeran's guitars are coming from here as well?
Yes, I did know that.
Oh,
yeah. I have one. He sent me one. They're amazing. What the f***?
I don't know. I'm just popping up facts about Belfast, right? Northern Ireland, guitars, there's good guitars here, they can drink Guinness here, right? He knows it all, I'm really, really impressed about the fact that your diversity, the reasons you choose watches. Watches is something so personable. I'm very, very, very glad that you've been able to, or that you wanted to come down and tell me your story.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to be here, man. You got some great fans, man. That's how I saw your video. And
did you get many DMs?
You made that video, and I got a bunch of. It was on is it X? I still want to call it Twitter. That's where I saw it. It was a bunch of people going, oh, you need to reach out.
I appreciated that.
And I did. I was like, hell yeah, this is awesome.
Do you know that on the team, the whole team, by you sending it at the end, myself, everyone has been excited for
Rob, man, we were excited too.
So it meant a lot, and I just want to say a big thank you for sharing your story.
Yes, certainly.
And you're going to convert me tonight into a country music farm.
Absolutely, have to.
I
have to, man.
We're going to finish this video, and I'm going to walk out, and I'm like, the only thing I'm now going to listen to is Luke Combs and country music. I mean, I've just lived on Arcade. That's me.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
It's big in Ireland, Northern Ireland, man. It's huge over here.
Yeah, the stupid thing is I listened to Drake once or twice, and then I listened to nothing. It's weird.
Fair enough.
Just like
only Drake.
No, only Drake. Now my playlist is diverse.
To be fair, you have the music taste of a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah. What was I listening to earlier? What was that tune again?
Doja Cat or something?
Oh yeah, something like that. That's stupid, man. What the f***? I know. We brought something for you, right? Today, you know that, not just for you, right? Also, as a fellow father, I thought this would be really, really cool. Do you want for the kids, or do you want it for yourself first?
Kids.
Kids first.
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
Oh, look at this.
How cool is that?
Oh, that's awesome. My first Ireland shirt.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great, man. Thank you.
So whenever
those are great.
Whenever the kids ever get to see that, that's amazing. Claim to fame.
Yes, that's
some other stuff. Oh yeah, and there's some other cool stuff I wanted to show you. It's quarterfinals today.
Yeah.
And
big game today. Big game.
I thought this would be a very, very actually Stephen's idea.
Look at this.
It was very appropriate.
Gotta have it. Look at that. Oh, baby. Big game today for the boys.
Exactly.
Big game today. We pulling it out or what? What do you think?
I think you should pull it out. I think it'll be all right.
That's sharp right there.
I don't know if you can buy them in America, but
they're hard to get. I mean, you can buy them in a store. You have to buy them online.
There you go. You've Petty's Day shirt.
That's amazing, man. Thank you.
There you go. Some other cool stuff from us, and I just really want to say a big thank you for coming down and making the time. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, buddy.
First time really for us to do this. I was nervous as to have this. This is the first time I've ever done that. So.
Won't be the last.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir, man. Yes,
shut off the camera. I want to have a drink and help you tidy up. Harper, my friend, there you go. What a beautiful watch. And thank you again very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What a beautiful watch.
Thank you, brother.
Good stuff.
What are you wearing tonight?
Probably this guy. I don't
Yeah.
Well, see what the retail store's got.
I can show you a few things if you want.
See what the store has in there. You never know, you know.
There you go.
Thank you, brother.
That was thinking all about Amber.
Oh yeah, I got Pretty Woman big time in Hamburg. At a dealer.
What happened?
God, I can't even remember the watch, to be honest now. I'm thinking back, but me and Tyler went. We kind of snuck out of the venue, went to this little shop, and I had seen something on their website that I just wanted to see it. I think it was, I believe it was Mother of Pearl Daytona with the with these same diamonds in it on the rubber strap. What do they call the rubber strap?
The Oyster Flex.
Oyster Flex. And they wouldn't sell it to me. They wouldn't sell it to me because the guy was like, "Do you have your passport?" And I was like, "What the f do I need my passport for?" And he was like, "Well, you got to verify who you are." I was like, "Well, who needs to verify?"
I'm buying a watch here, mate. What the f is
I
wrong?
was like, "How about this MasterCard?"
It does not work. Amex does not work.
Yeah. And dude, I showed him. I had my Amex.
Yeah.
I had my driver's license from the States, which I shouldn't have even had to show him that, to be honest.
No.
But I was like, okay, showed it to him. Comes back, can't do it. Can't sell.
Why?
It. And I, guy doesn't like money, I guess. I don't know.
Holy